Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's best to use a t-shirt that doesn't have, that's the sleeve. It's best to use a t-shirt that doesn't have a seam down the sides. A lot of t-shirt yarn that you buy is like $7.99 a ball, and that's a small ball. So this one doesn't have any seams. So that'll be fine enough to make for knitting. So make sure that you use a t-shirt that's okay to chop up. Okay, so I've got one or two just that have no seams. So what you need to do is, I don't sew a lot, so I don't have brilliant equipment to do this, as you can see. I'm going to use that as my straight edge. I've got a rotary cutter from the range, and that bolt keeps coming loose and I'm not very happy with it. It was $2.99, but they say you get what you pay for, but I don't do a lot of sewing and I'm only going to use it for doing this anyway. So what you need is a rotary cutter or a really good pair of scissors. I've got a smaller pair of scissors to cut my lines up when I've done them. I've got a self-healing mat. It's best to use a self-healing mat. Might have helped if I ironed this one a little bit, but never mind. So I've got myself a t-shirt. Just smooth it out. Now what you do is, if you have your top a bit higher than this one, it's much easier to cut. The sleeves have got a seam. I can weave with this. Even though the sleeves have got a seam, I can still weave with it. I'm going to pull all that out. Get it all nice and neat. All nice and smooth. So I'm going to cut the sleeves off first. If you've got a t-shirt that's got a logo on it, then don't use the part with the logo if you're going to knit. You can, if you're going to weave with it, you can use it. Now what you're going to do is, I'll pull that so you can see this top seam here. Cut it. So the first piece, you're going to cut the sleeves off. I'm rubbish at using these rollers. Not saying I don't sew a lot. Well, not at all actually. So I'm going to put that down on the floor out of the way. So there we go. So we've got our t-shirt. Now what we're going to do is, I'm going to cut this part here off. This is your folded over seam. My sister Sandra and my sister Elizabeth are going to be cringing watching me using that roller. I actually got to mention them today. I haven't mentioned Sandra for quite a while. Now, I don't have all the implements that you're supposed to use for cutting straight lines with this. You can use a large pair of scissors or you can use a rotary cutter. I'm not brilliant with either. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to line up this big stick, put some pressure on it. Now I'm going to cut up to this part here. Don't cut this. So I'm going to cut up to here, but don't cut right up to the edge. I'll move that in just a little bit. My edge is just rubbish, it's not straight at all, my edge. I eyeball it a little bit, I think. So we're going to cut up here. You can feel it rolling off that bump, like that. Don't cut that bit, don't cut right up to there. So now I've got a nicer sort of straighter edge. I can put it in the right place. I'm going to mark it up with the lines on the board, just to keep it nice and straight. Just about an inch. And I'm going to cut up again, all the way along this body part of the t-shirt. Right off of there. Just make sure it's cut. There we are. Just keep all your little cuts up here roughly the same. Move it down an inch. Press your wood or your whatever you've got. Cut up slowly but firmly. Be careful with your fingers. There we go. Okay, so now we've got our yarn all done. Now just keep a hold of the top, bring it all down nice and neat. Now what you're going to do is feed your hand through this area here that's still joined up. This one here. The rest of it should all be loose. So what you're going to do with it, to keep it in a continuous line, is you're going to cut from here to here diagonally, then from there to there diagonally, all the way up. So you start it on this outer edge and work in a nice little neat line over to this side here. And now you're going to cut from here to here in a nice little straight line, from that one to that one. Just nice and neat as you can. Then from this one to that one, like that. the last one. Now this last one here, we're just going to go from there to there. Right. So just find the end, and that's us got our yarn all in a big long length like that. Now what you do is just hold your yarn like this firmly and then go up so far and pull. Just like that. Now what happens is it curls in on itself. So those raw edges are going to curl in. So just put your hand here, your fingers here, up a length and pull. That's all you're going to do. Just hold it and pull. And look how much extra that stretches. I'll put that there. So all we're going to do for this whole length is just pull it. Any that doesn't roll in, just give it an extra pull. Now there we go. Look how much we've got out of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keep turning it. And rolling it into a ball. And there we are. We've got our ball of t-shirt yarn. Now I know a lot of people are going to think, what a lot of fuss for such a little ball. But when you think, if you go to buy one of these, this t-shirt yarn, it's so soft, then it can cost you up to $7.99 for a little ball like this. And if you think about it, you've got the t-shirts in your wardrobe anyway, or even if you go and you buy cheap t-shirts, then you're still saving a lot of money just for a little bit of extra time and a little bit of mess. Oh, look at the mess. But never mind the mess. That's all good fun. So I've got a little ball of my t-shirt yarn. A lot of the rest of it I used it in my weaving projects. So I'm going to make a very quick little magic type scarf. Now what you need to do is you need to just cast on 11 stitches. It needs to be an odd number of stitches. Now I'm not very good at knitting. I'm a real beginner with knitting. I'm just going to cast on 11 stitches. So I've cast on 11 stitches. Now there are loads of tutorials on how to cast on and how to knit. Now you might think that looks absolutely tiny. Don't worry about it. What you're going to do is knit it half the length you want. So knit your scarf half the length that you want. So I'm going to do just plain and purl. So it's one row is going to be plain, and this t-shirt yarn knits up really, really well, as you can see. My mother taught me the basics of knitting, and you're going back about 40 years or so ago, and she was brilliant at knitting. I don't really like it. I didn't stick to it for very long. I like weaving and all the other crafts better. So one row of plain, and then I'm going to purl my next row. Now I'm going to do these 2 rows just to show you what to do, you can use chunky wool, any other type of wool, you can, anything you can knit with, you could do this. Now this is as much as I'm going to do, because I only need my wee scarf to be about that size. So what you're going to do now is, you're going to take that stitch onto your needle there, drop that one off, and then this one, put that in there. You're going to cast off very, very baggy. You cast off very baggy. You need quite a big stitch there. So drop your next stitch off, and then you're going to cast off this one, like that. And you do them really baggy. Might as well do it that way. Then drop that one, cast off this one, pull that one over the top of it. For your next one, drop it off, and then you're going to cast off this stitch here. Make sure that you use a decent amount of wool. Cast off this one, cast it off, and you'll see why in a minute why you need it baggy. Cut that little end off, loop that through there. I won't do it too tight in case I need to pull this a little bit. Now what you're going to do is, with your drop stitches, give them, tease them out like that. That's why you need an odd number, so that you've got a stitch at the end, right down to the very bottom. Now go to your next one. Now you can knit little coats and things for your pets as well with this reused t-shirt yarn. So just rip it down, get that drop stitch to go all the way to the bottom. And you see how it widens it down here? And there you go, put that right down to the very bottom, and it gives you it like this. Now if you need to, you can fiddle around with this to make it a little bit wider. So it's the same as the bottom before you tighten that one in. I'm going to leave that because I'm going to put a fringe on. Now all you do now is pull. Just pull it. And look at the length you get. You get double the length. Now that's going to be perfect for my little cat scarf. And it even rolls itself in. You can make this much longer and you can use much more stitches. It's up to you. This is just a quick demo on what to do. So what I'm going to do is, I'll leave that part there as well. I'm going to add some fringes along the edges, and then I'm going to put it round my cat, and I'm going to take a picture of it, and I'm going to show you my little cat scarf, all done from my recycled t-shirt yarn.